Alex, thanks again for meeting me. Basically what I want to do today is just kind of more or less take a look at your business as a whole. Take a look at it more of how customers are seeing you, how people are finding you. So we're actually doing a company initiative. It's called a marketing content review. So again, we'll basically take a look at how you're showing up online, how people are seeing you, and what they're actually seeing when they find you. Before we do that, I just want to, I know again we've worked together the last 3 years. I know from our perspective, business changes every 6 months, every year. There's different products, different ways to market your company. So I just want to kind of see where you guys have been, the last probably 6-12 months, but more importantly, I really want to see where you want to be in the next 12 to 18 months. So I just have a few specific questions for you, if that's okay?
Sure.
Okay. So obviously I know you guys still do, taxi. I know you guys have a couple limousines. I know you guys are doing the van service, and then I know we talked about the party bus last year. So currently, where are you guys at as far as vehicles? Like, have you increased the amount of taxi cabs? Have you increased the limos? Where are you at?
We've increased 1 taxi cab and 2 limo companies, or 2 limos.
Okay. So right now you have 5 cabs and then 3 limos?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I know last year you guys had 2 party vans. Is that still?
Yep, still.
All right. And I know we talked about the type of clientele that you're looking for. I mean, I know somebody can call you at a bar that needs a cab ride home, or somebody can utilize your guys' service as more of a commercial account where they need rides to the airport. Who's your ideal customer?
Well, for the party bus, obviously weddings, corporate travel. For the limos and sedans, it'd be for airport transportation usually.
Okay.
And the taxi stuff, we do get a bunch of calls for it. We're trying to get more towards the airport transportation, full service, versus just as the local taxi company.
Okay. I know you guys mentioned that last year. Where are you at as far as, how's the business broken down right now? I mean, what percentage is just, Joe at the bar that needs a ride home, or somebody needs, a ride to the grocery store? I mean, as far as like the local cab ride, what percentage of business is that?
Probably 15%.
Okay.
They're not big tickets. It's just,
Okay. So you're trying to get away from that kind of
Sure.
cab in Chicago that just kind of takes you from point A to point B.
Right.
And where's like the corporate travel for airports?
It could be anywhere to Rockford Airport, could be to Midway, or it could be to O'Hare.
Okay. But as far as like, in terms of business, is that 30% of the business right now? Is it 40%?
It's probably about 30.
Okay. And where would you like to see that? I mean, it's broken down as a perfect company. I mean, I know you want to do more.
Well, if it was 100% pie, put 60% transportation.
Okay.
Be probably 20% party.
Okay.
And 20% regular taxi, local, in the Huntley, Lake in the Hills, Elgin area.
Okay. Now what sets you guys apart? I know if my wife needs a ride to the airport, I mean, I know, we know that there's other companies out there. There's limousine companies, there's taxi cab companies, there's shuttle companies. What kind of sets you guys apart for?
We're on time.
Okay.
We give you notice of a day in advance of we are going to be there if you schedule the appointment. So we get to send you a text message if you,
Okay.
and we do good service.
Good.
We have people that are clean. We have people that show up on time, and people that drop off on time.
Okay. Now typically what customers like is the same driver. Are you guys pretty set with that, or is it just who's available?
With our corporate customers, we try and be as consistent as possible.
Okay. I know that's kind of what some people are looking for. Good. Okay. As far as terms of advertising from last year to now, where has anything changed? Have you added different, revenue streams, different marketing avenues, whether it be, SEO, SEM? Where are you guys kind of?
Well, we get all of our business through word of mouth referral.
Okay.
It's something where we we pride that we have a good reputation. I don't really know how much I get from the internet stuff and the print stuff that you guys have.
Have you guys never actually kind of logged in and analyzed the results?
Not really, to be
Okay.
honest with you.
Okay.
I'm sure we get something, but I don't know.
You guys do extremely well. I know last year what we did is you guys had a print program. You guys had a credit card size ad in the phone book, and I know we were kind of unsure on the effectiveness of that, and rightfully so. I mean, we never tracked it. We didn't know really who's using the phone book. And I know you guys said last year you never really asked every clientele, how did you hear about us?
Sure.
And that's for any case. I mean, nobody's really going to sit down and analyze all that. But I do have some numbers for you. Next time we sit down, it's pretty eye-opening. I think you'll be pretty impressed. But you guys know that people are trending towards internet searches, especially for your type. So
Sure.
So we can actually sit down and kind of go over absolutely kind of where we thought we were last year, but more importantly, where you guys are now based on the numbers. Okay. So with that, basically, I'll kind of get started here.
Sure.
Do you have any questions at this point?
No, just let's get going.
Okay. I won't take up a lot of your time. I actually made a copy of everything that I'm going to walk through. So
Perfect. Thank you.
if there's questions, Alex, either let me know, stop me, or if you want to jot them down, we can talk about them after the meeting.
Perfect.
Fair?
Absolutely.
So basically what we're trying to do this year is it's all about you, okay? I want to learn, again, where you're at point A, where you want to go point B, but more importantly, it's a take a look at everybody from how they're seeing you online. It's going to be more of a kind of a digital analysis of your business.
Okay.
A little bit different than we've done in the past. So again, it's really about you, it's about your customers, and it's about kind of the capacity of growth, again, in the near future. Okay?
Okay.
As we walk through this, there's a few questions that I want you to kind of at least think about in your mind. Kind of take the owner hat off for now. Take a look at it more as a customer, how they're viewing you, what people are saying about you. So just kind of think about, again, how they're looking for you, how they're hunting for you. What's available to them within, the Huntley, Lake in the Hills market. What is the competition? What are they doing? Do you offer what they need? Okay, I know you guys mentioned you text and let them know that you're going to be on time, or you have an appointment. We're taking you to the airport at 9 o'clock a.m., which is important. And really, are you perceived as trustworthy, reputable, and relevant to kind of that customer and what their needs are? Okay, fair.
Sure.
All right. So what I wanted to show you first off, again, we know, everything is changing, okay? So St. Peter's Square 2005. You ever played the game Where's Waldo? Or I know you have 2 kids. Ever play that where you got to look for Minnie Mouse, you got to look for Donald Duck?
Yeah.
This kind of tells a story right here. It's pretty cool. Taken in St. Peter's Square 2005. Everybody obviously has kind of their face going straight. If you really look at it, there's 2 people right now that have a cell phone, okay? That's kind of where things were, 10 years ago, basically. Jump up 8 years later, that's all you see. Again, everything is cell phone. Everything is iPad. You have to play Where's Waldo on who doesn't have a cell phone. You know what I mean?
Sure. That's really cool.
So again, we know it's evolving, it's changing.
Yeah.
Phone book's not what it was, 10 years ago. Things have trended online. We as a company kind of want to make, take that digital approach as well. Okay.
Okay.
We want to make sure that we can, at the end of the day, kind of be that one-stop shop for you. Whatever products are out there, we want to let you know that we offer them, and hopefully we can kind of, be a part of your business as well with them.
Sure.
So what I did here, just kind of an overall snapshot of the industry as far as your specific market. So this is taxi cab companies in the Huntley area.
Okay.
Okay. As much as we as a company would love to be the only marketing company out there, and you guys probably want to be the only taxi cab, limousine company, transportation company, it's just not, it's not going to happen. Okay. There's other businesses out there. So this is pretty eye-opening. I'm sure you know a lot of the local businesses, but even outside of Huntley, even outside of the little kind of icon mapped areas, all these little dots here are other businesses that offer taxi services. So again, there's a big flux of businesses that do what you do. At the end of the day is what sets you apart. Okay, so we'll kind of take a look at that.
Okay.
Now, I know we walked through this last year. We talk about the internet. The internet basically has two ways on a Google search. And I know you mentioned you're kind of more the internet searcher as well.
Sure.
So basically there's two ways to position yourself. Again, you do have the product here. It's search engine marketing.
Okay.
Basically what it does for you, Alex, obviously, positions you at the very top and along the right side. Usually there might be, anywhere to 3 to 6 positions on the right side, anywhere between 1 to 3 on the top.
So why am I doing this when I already have a website?
Well, the website is great. It's one thing to have a website. Think of it as a business card 10 years ago. You can have it, you can give it to people, but nobody's going to be able to go out and find that business card. Okay?
Okay.
So what this does is it places you based on searches, on keywords. If somebody types in taxi cab Huntley or shuttle to the airport near Lake in the Hills, these are the keywords that we're actually going out there and bidding on with Google, Yahoo, and Bing to make sure that you appear. It's more of a pay to play. The more money that you spend on this program is just, the more often that you're going to appear, the more times that people are going to find you.
Do I already show up? This is taxi cab, Crystal Lake. Do I already show up in taxi cab, or is this because of you guys?
This is because of us. Again,
Okay.
outside of us having the website, you'll show up in your main kind of backyard, what I call Huntley. You're a taxi cab in Huntley. You're the only one. So on the map section, which is the organic side, is you're going to show up there.
Okay.
That's a given. Honestly, whether you do anything with us or not, you're going to appear there because you're a mapped location. You're a taxi cab in Huntley.
Sure.
What we want to do for you, and I know what you want to do, is you want to target Crystal Lake. I know your goal is to get into McHenry. So what we try to do is position yourself that if they are searching outside of your backyard, you guys have that opportunity to appear. Okay. The one way to look at it too, I look at it versus more of a rent-to-own type space. Your SEM, it's that light switch. It's on-off. I can have businesses up there within 2 to 3 days generating leads and positions. On the organic side, it's more of ownership. It takes time. It's not that on-off switch. Generally what we find is probably about 3 to 6, maybe 3 to 9 months. So it's going in kind of on the back end of your website, improving the ranking so that over the course of time, maybe right now on taxi cab Crystal Lake, you're number 11, so you're on the second page. After kind of the back work we do on the search engine optimization, within 3 months, maybe you're on that first page. After 6 months, 9 months, we got you to number 1 or number 2. Once you get there, you're pretty much there. You're almost owning that spot. Does that kind of make sense?
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. And based on how people search, I mean, the organic side is where more of the eyes are being driven. So that's what we want to do is kind of, you're not going anywhere in the next 1 to 2 years. I know you guys mentioned you're going to be here hopefully for 10, 20 years. That's the position you want to be in. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Now, I took a look at your website. I know you mentioned, you have the website. Are you appearing there? Again, the answer right now would be no. So we'll take a look at the website as a whole. Overall, from an aesthetics point of view, everything looks good. Okay. I don't know. Are you happy with the website?
Yeah, I'm happy with my website and how it looks. I mean, why would I need to change it?
Okay. I'll kind of get in there. Do you guys have access to updates, to changes? I don't know.
Well, we call our web guy does it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they'll go in there, tweak it, and within
Yeah.
about a couple hours it's up to date.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
Taking a look at it as a whole, a couple things that I love about it. I know we talked about branding. The logo stands out. It's right there. People see it. It's branding with them. Now you're a member of the Chamber of Commerce as of a few months ago. That's huge. That's relevant. That's trustworthy within the marketplace. It's easy to navigate. You have, again, you're up to date as far as Twitter and Facebook. You have links directly to social media. Those are some of the biggest things that people are looking for nowadays. Okay, especially on organic ranking or search engine optimization is social media, Facebook. So that's huge. So this will help the website position itself. Make sense? Okay. The way I look at it this way, from a customer's point of view, everything looks good. Okay. Think of it as a Corvette. Okay. You look at the body of the Corvette, you walk around it, you look for scratches, dents, you look in the interior, make sure nothing's scratched. From the outside of the car, everything looks perfect, you know what I mean? But what we actually do is we did a complete analysis of the website. So think of it as the auto mechanic analyzing your car. They're going to open the hood. They're going to know that the spark plugs are bad, the transmission's slipping, brakes are going bad. So as looking at it as just the website itself, everything looks good to the customer, but let's take a look at it kind of as a back-end auto mechanic way.
So what do you guys do on my site to fix it?
Well, currently we're not doing anything on the site.
But what would you do to fix it?
Okay, I'll take a look at it. Here's some of the things of what Google sees when they completely do an analysis of your website. Couple positives, couple areas of opportunity. Okay. As far as how many pages you have indexed, there's three main searches we know is Google, Yahoo, and Bing.
Mm-hmm.
Google obviously is going to get most of the traffic. It looks like you guys have indexed most of your pages with Yahoo and Bing. So Google, it looks like there's a lot of room for opportunity there. So one thing we would make sure is that all the pages are indexed correctly, but make sure that we're sending it to the correct search engine.
Okay.
Now, is that something that was done on purpose? Was it something maybe you weren't aware of?
I wasn't even aware of
Was
it.
it something maybe your website guy just kind of thought was a good opportunity or a good option for you guys?
I don't know. I don't have the answer to that.
Okay. And we'll take a look at that too. And as far as keywords, what it does is it shows you kind of what are the relevant keywords of how you're showing up. Honestly, it's pretty generic. Taxi, cab, limo, 24-hour mechanic. Okay. What would it mean to you guys if somebody did a search for taxi cab company, Crystal Lake, Illinois? What would it mean if somebody could do airport shuttle transportation to Chicago and you guys were right there at the very top of the screen?
Obviously, that'd be awesome.
Okay. That's what the search engine optimization does, is it goes in there and it brings up relevant keywords to your business, not really the generic taxi or cab. Okay. Now Google does rank your site a 3 out of 10. First
That's
view
not
of
good.
it, actually, surprisingly, it's right there, probably in the median. The average that we find within probably this marketplace would be about a 2 to a 4. So you're not too far off, but again, there's opportunity. Okay, it's not as bad as the initial 3. Another site we work with scores at 56 out of 100. Again, everybody perceives it in school that 56 is bad. 56 out of 100 is bad. In website analysis terms, it's actually pretty good. It's actually really good. Most websites that we find in the industry are going to be about a 30 to 40, maybe 45. Anything 50 to 60 is really good, but 60 to 70 is extremely good. And that's kind of what we can do for you, is get you, bump up some of the different things behind the scenes. Make sure all your title tags are indexed correctly. Make sure that your alt tags. Basically, just jingle your title tags are, think of it as a file cabinet. You have 50 folders in there, and those little tabs at the very top. Think of you opening that folder and none of them having, your client list. You would have to go into every folder and find out exactly what you're looking for. That's what Google does, is it needs those title tags to index which pages are going where.
Okay.
An alt tag, all it means, it's a fancy way of saying that you're indexing your photos. Google can't read a picture, they read the text that's associated to it.
Okay.
It's kind of a high-level analysis of it. And again, stop me if I'm going too quick, stop me if you have questions. If not, we can talk to your web guy.
Well, how do you measure the success of this program? I mean, what's different between you and the 10 other people today that have called me for optimization of my front page of Google?
Sure. Now, I'll kind of get that. We've partnered with a very established, good company. We've actually gone out there as a company and we probably interviewed 20, 30 businesses that we thought could fit into what we need them for. Obviously, we have thousands of businesses that we advertise with. We needed a company that can handle that. It's a company called Boostability, and I'll kind of show you where they rank, and there's reasons that we certainly picked them. So honestly, Alex, I feel as a company that we've already done the work for you. We've already interviewed the best of the best, and we've selected this company for specific reasons. So hopefully you'll feel comfortable and credibility with us that we've taken a little bit of time outside of you, talking to 5 local businesses and finding out who's best. So again, we want to be that overall complete company with you guys. Biggest concern is going to be the website is not mobile. And I know we talked about this.
Yep.
It's something that we absolutely need to move forward with, whether it's with us, whether it's your website guy. But right now, mobile search is already taken over desktop and laptop. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
Okay. You have a smartphone, obviously, right?
Yeah.
My father does not. 70% of the people right now in the world have smartphones, and that's how they do their searches. So again, it's right now, probably as of a few weeks ago, with the amount of searches right now are being more generated from a smartphone or an iPad versus, you're sitting at your desktop or your laptop. Okay. The biggest thing you want to do as far as on the mobile side is we need to get it done because Google's already starting to penalize your business. Any website right now that's out on the internet, if it doesn't have a mobile compatible website, is being penalized. So it just means that you're going to start to see yourself kind of drop off. I don't know if you do a lot of online searches, if you've seen kind of the mobile website versus a non-mobile website.
Yeah, I have to stretch the page.
Yeah, you gotta shrink, you gotta stretch, you gotta scroll. If you're looking for specific information, it's hard to find.
Okay.
But I don't have my phone with me. But basically, it's just taking a look at your website. It's a very simplified version. You can't scroll left or right. All it is up and down. So again, it fits any iPad, it fits any smartphone. So we definitely need to kind of work within that. There's something called reputation management. What we try to do is kind of, again, see what people are saying about your business. How are you being perceived? How are you being listed?
Okay.
Okay. You probably have no idea how many internet sites have your information.
I have no clue.
Okay. If I told you it was 400, would you be surprised? Okay. Right now, there's probably anywhere between 400 to 700 different internet sites out there that's pulling information. Okay. Think of it as the old game. I don't know if it's called the telephone game. I'm going to tell you a story. You're going to tell your wife a story. Your wife's going to tell their neighbor a story. Once you get past that line, the information gets misconstrued. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It works the same way this way. Your company information was set up online, and then you have all these other websites trying to grab information. They're going to grab your website. They're going to grab your address. As the game goes on, somebody's going to miss some information. So maybe your website is wrong. Maybe it's Avenue versus AVE, the abbreviation. It can be as very minor as that. Google likes to see continuity. They like to see that everything is basically aligned to the same address, the same phone number. So if you look here, right now it's showing that there's 80% misleading information somewhere. Again, some are some are pretty big, some are pretty little. Again, the company name, we have Route 47 Taxi Transportation Inc. is one of the sites. Another one doesn't have the Inc. It just says Route 47 Taxi. So we need to find out how you want to perceive your business, across the internet, and we need to make sure that all these businesses are accurate and read the same information.
Why does that matter?
It's going to help you in a number of different ways. Again, Google, if they see that, again, it's all how you rank and how Google sees you as a business in that marketplace. If they see your company that's completely 100% accurate, and they see another limousine company or a taxi cab company that has information misleading like this, they're going to rank you guys a little bit higher because all your information is accurate and up to date. And it works for customers too. I mean, think of it as you're out at a bar and you're trying to get a hold of you because you need a ride home. You and your wife talk about who's going to drive, and you say, I'm going to drive home, but you meet up with some buddies. A couple shots later, you guys got to find a way to get home. So you guys go on your phone, you look for a taxi cab company. You call that phone number and it's disconnected. What does that do for your business? What if people, get bad information? What if they go to your website and they just can't find what they're looking for? Okay?
Okay.
So we just want to make sure everything's kind of in line. And then reviews. What this program does is it pulls all the reviews that have ever been written about your company. Now, unless you've actually searched, and again, out of the hundreds of sites that are out there, Alex, there's people talking about you that you probably have no idea. Right or wrong, good or bad. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some great reviews about you, but what if somebody had a horrible experience?
Yeah, we've had a couple of those where we've had to try to respond to them, and it just doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you respond to them?
We try to.
Okay.
I had a guy that was supposed to do it, but I don't think he's really been doing it.
So what we could do and what we hope to do is with this program, what if you can actually go out there and just fix all your listings? Basically it's you hiring another person on staff to manage these listings because it's always going to be changing. There's always going to be additional sites that come up. So we need to keep it going. It's not a one-time fix. Does that make sense? Because there's going to be all these other sites that want that information. What if you knew that Joe from Orland Park wrote a horrible review about you 2 months ago and you guys had no idea? Now that's affecting other people that are seeing that review, but again, you had no idea. It's lost revenue, it's lost business that you really had no idea. So what if you could go online and see every review, positive, negative, but respond to that review?
Yeah, that's good.
Pretty powerful, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's take a look at kind of social media. Again, this is what I feel you guys are doing extremely well in, okay? We know that Facebook impacts search engine optimization. We've talked about that. What Google likes to see, what the industry likes to see is posts at least once a week. Once every 2 weeks to be very safe, but you see the best results on a one. I mean, you don't want to overpower people on Facebook, but you do want to kind of keep in touch at least about once a week. And it's not, you guys are doing absolutely everything correct. It's not all about you, it's about the industry. You know, what are some of the trends with airport transportation? If you guys had a party bus on Friday night, post some of those pictures. You know, I think that goes a long way. So you guys are on top of things. I went back 2 months, and you've had posts at least once a week.
Yeah, we do a pretty good job with that.
Okay. Is it somebody you've hired? Is it something you're doing specifically?
But we have a kid that does it for us.
A kid? Okay. And that's probably your best option.
Yeah.
These little, 14, 15-year-old kids, 20-year-old kids know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a little bit different than in the past. Again, what I like about it, you have 134 likes. So people are finding you, people are talking about you. So you're doing everything right there. There's not much room, I would say, on that. And one thing I wanted to point out, if you look over here, I don't know if you can see what it is. It's a tile cutter. It'll come into play in here in a second. But
well, what's more important? Is it Facebook or Google Plus or Pinterest or?
They all interconnect with each other. The more social media places that you can be found on, that's updated information, is all going to interconnect with how you're found. There's no right or wrong that you should do this and not do this. They're all pretty much equal valued as far as, like, if you rated it on a point system. It's not that Facebook gets ranked higher than Google Plus. The best thing you want to do is make sure that everything is there and up to date. Your Google Plus page is big on how you get found organically in that map section. So that's a huge thing that you want to do as well. So I took a look at that. You guys, again, are up to date on there. So the kid that you hired is doing everything right as far as your social media.
Okay.
Make sense?
Good.
Okay. So now let's kind of dive into your landing page. I know last year we kind of ripped it apart and basically started from scratch. So I think there's definitely some changes. So again, contact information is going to be a top, obviously that's a tracking line. So again, next meeting I can show you exactly how many people found you online, how many people called you.
Do people really use decksnows.com?
You'd be surprised. They do. The best thing about it, Alex, is they don't necessarily have to just go to decksnows.com to find you, or yellowpage.com, or any of the networks that you're affiliated with. They can go to Google and type in, and kind of on that one slide I had, the first one that showed up was decksnows.com, the third one was yellowpage.com.
Okay.
So we've invested the money to make sure that maybe if they don't come here as their first effort, they can still get to you off of Google, Yahoo, and Bing.
Okay.
So if somebody does a search for taxi cab Crystal Lake, decksnows.com is at the very top. Once they click into that, there'll be you have the number 1 spot and the number 3 spot. Again, because of the two different.
Every time I have that?
Not every time. Basically, it just kind of goes off of where we're at in the month. Your DexNet program is going to get you at the very top. It's kind of the pay-per-click type program. Sure. So usually once the budget is run out, usually it can be maybe 2 to 3 days. At the end of the month, you might be taken off that site, and then everything kind of regenerates itself the following month. Now the other program where you're showing up third, that's going to rotate with 2 other taxi and limousine companies, but you're always going to be there. You're on a network that you're always there. You're never taken off. So the combination of the two, the results are going to be that much better than a standalone one versus the other.
Yeah.
So a lot of clients ask, which one should I do? The answer is both. You know what I mean?
Okay, sounds expensive.
We'll get into price. I mean, again, this is what you have now. So I think the results will speak for themselves, and I think after we really see what we brought, each and every month for you, I think you'll be pretty impressed.
Okay, cool.
Hopefully at that point, I don't think cost will matter much on that. So again, it's just a breakdown like your website. It has different keywords. I know we're looking at airport transportation, local transportation. So I think we're, pretty good there. Now, we stepped into this last year, but I really want to pull it and kind of get more into it, is branding. The biggest thing that you told me is you don't want to just be that taxi cab company. You want to be kind of the main go-to business. If somebody needs to get a ride to the grocery store and their car broke down, you want to be able to take that call. But you also want people to know that this is your business. You know, I know that's why we moved everything towards, you know, the branding of the business. So, have you ever tried display brand awareness? Are you familiar with it? Do you know how it works? I know we did a very overall look last year. Have you ever searched for a lawnmower, a tile cutter, Craftsman riding lawnmower, or
Sure, different searches, yeah.
And you've probably gone to maybe a few different sites. Maybe you went to Home Depot, maybe you went to Sears. Now, have you ever gone either later that night or the next day to CNN, weather.com? And have you seen those little boxes, maybe at the very top or along the right side?
Yeah.
It's got the lawnmower that you see.
Yeah,
It's got the
yeah,
tile cutter
yeah.
that you look for. That's called brand awareness, digital brand awareness.
Okay.
Think of it, in the past, it used to be the billboard on I-90. You know, everybody would drive by it, but you're not targeting the right audience. You know, let's say if they're looking for, if there's a chiropractor that has a billboard on I-90, how many people out of the thousands of people that drive by are in need of a chiropractor? There's going to be few. There's going to be a couple, right?
Yeah.
But what if every car that drove by was specifically looking for a chiropractor?
That'd be cool.
Kind of make sense? Kind of what this does is anything that you've searched, again, the lawnmower, the tile cutter, and again, you went back the next day, the following day, and you've gone to different sites, you see these banner ads. They're more, I don't want to say an online stalker, but they're looking at what you're searching for, and they're becoming relevant to you on other sites that you've gone to. So that's the one I did yesterday, and it followed me. So here's kind of the overall look of the digital branding. Here's the one that I created for you guys. So I know the biggest initiative for you is branding your business. So what if we could do that for you and put you on sites of people that have already looked for a taxi cab company or a party bus or airport shuttle. So maybe they've started some research, but they went to bed that night. They opened up Facebook the next morning, and there's a picture of your guys' taxi cab or your party bus.
Okay, so would I do this, or would I do the optimization, or would I do the pay-per-click thing that you're telling me about?
Everything works as a whole. I mean, our goal obviously is, and we can take baby steps. You know, we can prioritize what's most important. There's no one versus the other. You know, as a business, the more avenues somebody has to reach you is going to be better. But money plays a big factor, Alex. I know you don't have endless amount of money. I know you don't want to give us everything that you can. Okay,
Yeah.
It makes sense that we need to prioritize, and we need to make sure that whatever you invest with us brings back the best return. Okay? So maybe it is the branding, maybe it is the search engine marketing, the search engine optimization. So let's take a look at, you know, what your priorities are. Come back with a few different options, and you know, if we need to take baby steps, and this branding is 2 years down the road, you know, so be it. But at the end of the day, you know who we are, you know what we offer. You know, that's the biggest thing. Is a lot of people pigeoned us as a phone book company, and we've obviously moved more towards, you know, digital advertising. So again, you get calls all the time from salespeople. We just want to make sure that if you ever get a call for branding, remember that that's something we talked about.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
Okay. How it basically works in a snapshot is you determine how far you want to show up. You can do 15 miles, you can do 25, 50 miles. So I know we're going more of local. I know we talked about Crystal Lake, Huntley, getting into McHenry.
Sure.
So you can target by, you know, the mile radius of where somebody's searching on their computer. But the cool thing too is, what if we can actually go out there and target business professionals? We can target sports fans, or we can target travelers. Those are people within your industry that are looking for you.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
And this can always be changed. I mean, it's an evolving product. It's not a stagnant phone book that's out for a year. We can target different things at different times. So as your business model changes, we can change with it. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know we talked about this a little bit last year. I know you guys even kind of did it. So I know you guys are doing the text marketing. How's that working for you?
It's working great.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Happy with the vendor? Things are working out? They're providing your tracking, everything like that?
I don't know about tracking, but I mean, we get people that say we get text back and
Okay.
all that type of stuff.
Okay.
You know, we get coupons back.
Okay.
But I don't really know if it's working or not.
No?
I mean, we know how many we get, but we
Okay.
don't know, like, percentages
Okay.
or things like that.
So there's no actual physical, I guess, transparency of information. It's not showing you how many people responded to that text, how many people forwarded that text.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it. Maybe there is. Maybe we're not taking advantage of it, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, we can look at kind of maybe how our program is, and maybe we can kind of, you know, determine if we're a good fit for you, or maybe there's even a few things that I can just, you know, let you know about. Maybe you can talk to your vendor and see what they can do for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
It's not always about our products, Alex. It's about informing you so that maybe you can take that information and utilize it, you know, for your business. Okay.
Okay.
Custom video. I know we have the video on our Dex Nose profile.
Yeah.
A video, if you will. It's a slideshow of
Yeah.
information.
Yeah.
And I know we never personalized it. I know it's stock photos, which I know one thing we need to do is at least customize it to you. Have a photo of your vehicles, your party bus, your physical location, things like that. At least make it kind of your own, if you will. But custom videos right now is absolutely huge. In the past, Google necessarily didn't read them or put much value on it. So it didn't really help positions of websites. But right now, if you have an actual custom website or a custom video on your website, it's 50% more likely to appear on the first page of Google.
Wow.
It's pretty huge, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the fastest growing advertising format right now. It's out producing blogs, articles, photo galleries. So, I mean, that's kind of where, again, things are trending to. So, I mean, what if somebody could go online and actually see, you know, your staff, can see your drivers, can see your vehicles, your party buses. I know there's a couple limousine businesses probably 10, 15 miles of here that are actually doing that. It's pretty impactful.
Yeah.
It's kind of letting them get inside your business before they ever even talk to you or move forward. It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So that's something we can look at as well. Now the $1 million question is why us? So I know we talked about a bunch of different things today, Alex, and I know we're utilizing some of the products right now for you. I know there's a ton of other products that we could be doing for you, and again, we can, the goal obviously is just to let you know, again, that we're out there, this is what's available in the marketplace. Again, whether it's coming this year with us, maybe it's 6 months or 12 months down the line. But again, why should you partner with us? I'm glad you asked that question, and I know you mentioned the question earlier about boostability. Why our SEO company? So again, we've kind of taken the approach that we've already interviewed the companies. Google right now has 16 partnerships. We're one of 16 strategic small business partnerships with Google. I don't know if you're aware of that.
No, no idea.
But basically, we have, I don't want to say the upper hand, but they like the way that our sites are searching. They rank them pretty high. Like we saw on Google, it was the #1 search result on Google. As far as our optimization, again, it's the company boostability. They're ranked right now 2nd in the nation as far as search engine optimization with small to mid-sized businesses.
That's great and all, but how do I track this to make sure you guys are actually doing it?
As far as the optimization?
Yeah. How do I know that you guys are actually optimizing my website, not just taking my money?
Well, we'll have monthly reports with you. We'll have monthly calls, and we'll show you kind of where you started prior to us. So it'll show you where you're ranking on Google. So let's say right now, again, you're number 12 for Taxi Crystal Lake. We'll show you all the work and all the hours that we put into the program. Everything is transparency. You know, you're going to know exactly what we've physically done to your site. But you'll also see the improvements. It'll show you, again, where you started with us, kind of where you've been averaging, but where are you at now.
So what do you mean by like blogs and articles and all that other different stuff?
It's all on-site, off-site information. So basically, we'll actually backlink articles to your website. It's nothing that you're going to see on your website. It's everything that are kind of behind the scenes that improve the overall ranking. So there's going to be different articles that have been written about you. Now, again, customers aren't going to see it, but Google will see it, and that's how they, again, improve the ranking overall of the page.
Okay.
We'll improve the title tags. We'll improve you know, the alt tags. There's a lot of things that we'll do, and you'll see it, and we'll be in touch. It's not, you know, the phone book. It's not, we're gonna come out here one time and that's it. You know what I mean? You're gonna have the expertise, you're gonna have the knowledge of working with them, and they're gonna kind of tell you exactly what they've done in that past month and what it's done for you.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
Well, when it comes together at the end of the day, Alex, again, it's about getting found, getting chosen, and ultimately getting talked about. So
Okay.
we discussed a few different things, actually discussed a lot of different things. We talked about prioritizing, okay? You have the website, we talked about the branding. If we look at this right now, is there maybe 2 or 3 things that maybe there's opportunity? Is there maybe different things that you say, you know what, this is what I want to do in the very, very near future?
Well, we're already doing Facebook, social media stuff.
Okay.
Optimization, obviously you're saying we want to show up in Crystal Lake, we want to show up in Elgin, we want to show up in other different areas, but
Okay.
the digital brand thing sounds good about tracking everything.
Okay.
But, you know, normally you guys are pretty expensive, you know. Can I just get the same stuff done cheaper by somebody else?
Well, you might. You know, I mean, there's probably a lot of people that are cheaper, but do they give you everything that we do? Again, you know,
I don't know.
We'll look at everything as a whole. I mean, we'll show you how many impressions on the digital brand awareness that you're getting. We'll show you how specifically targeted you can be. Our marketing manager used to say that you can be as targeted as, I'm looking for a midget with red hair that can throw horseshoes. I mean, you can be pretty specific about how people are finding you.
Yeah.
So again, at the end of the day, we try to show transparency in numbers. You're investing money with us, Alex. We want to know, you know, you want to know what is it doing in return. Make sense?
Yeah.
So we'll show you exactly what you're investing with us, what each product is doing, and what is, you know, hopefully bringing in terms of additional revenue for you guys.
Okay. Well, it seems like a lot that you guys do.
It-
I'm pretty busy. I mean, can you call me back in like 6 months so we can go through this?
Well, the best thing to do, I know we normally meet around 9 o'clock. What I'd like to do is at least put everything together for you. Let's take a look at where you're actually being positioned. Let's take a look at reporting. You know, you guys are getting over 150 calls a month. I don't know if you're aware of that.
No, that sounds good.
It's a lot, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. So let's take a look at the numbers. Let's take a look at how many calls you're getting each month, where those calls are coming from. Is it mainly like the Crystal Lake area? Is it Hunley? Do we need to tweak a few things? So what I'd like to do is sit back down with you, maybe next week, Tuesday at 9. Let me show you everything as far as, again, what the program is doing for you. Let me come back with a couple different options, a couple different proposals. You know, we can look at kind of doing everything as a whole. We can look at piecing different things together as far as doing this 6 months down the road, this 2 years down the road. But at least kind of give you, you know, a couple different options of what we're talking about and kind of what we discussed today.
Okay. So, I mean, my website guy's coming back. I'm going to look at my website, all that type of stuff. We're going to probably rebuild a little bit of it. Like you were saying, some things need to be fixed.
Okay.
Can I just wait till my web guy, you know, finishes it and then we'll talk about it?
You could. But what I'd like to do, again, is if I can provide you some different things to talk to him. You know, I'm not saying he's not the expert, but what if there's 2 or 3 things I can look at on the website that could maybe tweak and fine-tune things here in the next, you know, month or 2.
Okay.
So if there's a couple different free things I can give you, and free advice I can give your website guy, you know, hopefully we can all work together.
Perfect. Well, that sounds good.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, so Tuesday, 9 o'clock?
Yeah, sounds great.
All right.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
your time.
much.
All right, thanks, Alan.